It's getting harder for some people to put food on their plates. Food prices are hitting their highest level in a decade as the pandemic continues to wreak havoc on businesses that are reeling from labor shortages and supply chain issues. And experts are already warning consumers to prepare for the holiday season. So what kind of impact are these shortages and price increases having on our local food banks? Joining us to go over what they are seeing so far, Executive Director of the Second Harvest Food Bank, Mike Iberis, live with us this morning. Thank you for joining us, Mike.
Morning, Lindsay.
Yeah, good to see you. It's been a minute, and you were busy during the pandemic. Now we're seeing these reports of bare shelves at the grocery stores and supply chain issues. What kind of hiccups, in the supply chain are you noticing on your end, and what's really becoming kind of an issue in terms of getting food to the food bank?
Sure. Well, we're affected by the supply chain issues, no different than other retailers and other organizations. We're a little bit different than most retailers because they're getting product offshore and it's having to be unloaded from the cargo ships and so on. Our product is all coming from the States. So it's a trucking issue. It's a matter of getting product from California or Florida or the Midwest to our food bank. And that shortage is being affected simply by the lack of truck drivers and the lack of the trucking industry that's able to get it to us. We've been fortunate. Our supply is adequate.
Okay.
We are seeing delays, which obviously is concerning because we're having some loads come in 4, 5, 6 months later than they were scheduled to come. So we're having to adjust, and as far as that's concerned. And we're doing our best to make that kind of nondescript as far as the people are concerned. They really can't tell the agencies in terms of getting the food to people who are in need.
Is there an area that you're seeing avoid, like a certain food group where we could donate to help you with some of these issues and kind of offset the struggle to fill, what each person gets given to them? Or would you say it's just too hard to tell? What items are hard to get?
Really is too hard to tell. We're getting local donations from local supporters, local retailers. We get the USDA product from the national folks. So we're kind of balanced right now, but with the Thanksgiving and Christmas coming into play, a lot of people, a lot of organizations will do food drives, and the basics we always ask for is the protein items, the peanut butter, and then we get into pasta, we get into canned goods, canned vegetables and fruits and so on. So that kind of becomes staples for the food drives in Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Oh, absolutely. Canned yams, canned beans, all of that. You said tin cans might even be kind of an issue here pretty soon. That'd be hard to believe. One of the things you always mention is that every dollar you donate, you can turn it into 11 meals to the Second Harvest Food Bank. Is that still true with the inflation prices that we're seeing at the grocery store? I mean, prices are going up.
Well, we haven't really redone those numbers. But you're right, prices are going up. They seem to be going up every week. So we'll probably redo those numbers at some point, and we'll have to because inflation is definitely taking its toll at the grocery store.
Yeah, definitely. I can't believe, the prices on some things. I can't be the only one worried when I walked down the aisles thinking, gee, I don't know how people are doing it right now. It's hard. And I wonder, you pick and choose what you need each week, but are you seeing more people come in? Or would you say that the pandemic levels have kind of dropped down since, the height of the pandemic earlier in the year and at the end of last year?
We saw a spike last year when the pandemic started to surface, and then we've now come back to pre-pandemic levels. So we're pleased about that because people who don't need the food do not come. The people who need emergency help will come to a pantry, otherwise they won't. So we've seen numbers come back down to pre-pandemic levels.
What about children that are in the local schools? There are food banks at different schools now, and I know local organizations they donate to make sure that they have items in there. You do too. Are you seeing a rise in demand among kids going home to their families saying, hey, we'd like to take food home? A lot of times they shop on Fridays to take it home for the weekend.
Well, we have seen we have 41 pantries that we support in Mahoning, Columbiana, and Trumbull County, and we've seen the orders come in a little bit bigger than they had in the past. So that tells us that there's kids taking more food at the end of the day. So that definitely has seen a spike.
Would you say this year, because we're coming off of what was just the wildest year we've ever been through, tough for a lot of people, heartbreaking for some, I'm just wondering if you're asking for more donations during the holiday season and leading up to the holidays, if you're going to put out a call out for more things just because you think people might be in need.
This is an incredible community. People are donating, people want to help, and they're actually approaching us and saying, what can we do to help? And then, of course, we work with them. And the people in this community have really risen to the task and risen to the issue of hunger. And they're very, very supportive of the Second Harvest Food Bank and of all the pantries, the 160 pantries that we support in Trumbull, Columbiana, and Mahoning County. So we're very, very fortunate, and we thank everyone out there for their support all year long.
Okay, wonderful. Well, hopefully things go smoothly through the end of the year, and everyone's thinking of their neighbors right now. I appreciate you joining us this morning, Mike. It's always great to have you here.